Hi there, thanks for joining me. My name's Teebor. This is episode 24 of the Be Happy Minecraft mod pack available from the Feed the Beast launcher. And I have had such a good day. I have finally managed to do this quest for the gene sample. I can't believe how long this has taken. So I am so happy. So let's claim this reward. We get a Rocky Princess and we get a genetic template. Can be applied to a bee. Fertility 2. Is that it? Really? I'm not very happy about that. Is there anything special about this Rocky bee that I've got then? No, nothing special about that either. Okay. So, I guess now I need to create petals. So, let's see what we can do about that. Speed fast, fertility 4. There we go. Let's use that as my base, because that's rubbish. That's just, yeah. Let's see. Labware in there. Looking at these, I think I need some more labware. I'm going to have to move these upstairs, but not right now. Right, where did I put that gene sample? What did I do with that gene sample? I'm hoping it is in here. Yes, there we go. Oh, phew. Very worried. Pop that on there and pop that onto there. That gives me species botanic. Now, I should be able to find... let's see what I'm up here. I want to buy another Rocky, because why not? Where are we? Rocky Comb 64 of. Okay. Built a little bit more of the house as well, whilst I'm in between, finding a bit of time. Still not complete. Needs at least to have a roof. Rocky. So, where are those other Rocky bees? They're in here, I think, aren't they? Yeah, let's grab one of those. Have a quick nap. I'm just going to check this actually, because I loaded this up. Oh, I've already gone through them all. Yeah, so this chest, which was full of bees, has just been emptied completely. And it's taken me that many to get the bee that I needed. But there you go, we have it now. So I can stop moaning. Let's see. Species botanic. Depending on how these come out, I might have to run them through again with this genetic template that I've got here, just to give them the extra features that I want. Okay. Yeah. That's going to have to go through again. Lifespan short, fertility for flower type rocks. Not really ideal for me. but these will now produce for me a 1% chance of just about every petal. So what I'm probably going to need to do is have maybe 4 of these. I'm going to start with 2 and see how we get on, and then maybe move on to 4. I can get an unstable propolis, and I've got no idea what that does. Doesn't seem to be used for anything. That's a bit useless. Let's put you in. In the meantime, what I've also done is I've built this monstrosity, which is not the neatest way I've ever done it. And I've just realised I've actually left a hole there. I could have done away with that hole. Yeah, I've done this a lot neater in the past with Ender.io, but this is kind of the best I could do with item ducts at the moment. Basically it's all the presses, and we've got silicon at the top, and all the way down through there, and then another inscriber. So what will happen now is if I need a processor made, I will have stored patterns in here, which are currently absent because I haven't made them. They will output all the materials into there, so redstone, the gold, for example, and silicon, raw silicon. The raw silicon will get piped off up to there. The gold would end up in that one, I think it is. Yep, logic press. And then the redstone would find its way down here. Once they've finished, they would then pump out the completed product, and that would then go into here. This will then press the 3 together to make the actual processor, and then return it back into here. And then same thing goes here for charge Certus. So if a charge Certus ends up in Certus ends up in there, it'll end up in here. It'll get charged. This will pluck out only a charged Certus quartz, and then put it back into the system, taking care of all of that side of the production, which is nice, as it means I don't have to worry too much when it comes to producing them. And I have taught the system how to make patterns, and I have made a pattern terminal, so I will be able to produce patterns as quickly as I need to, assuming I have the resources, of course. Right, let's swap these templates over and run them back through again. This will be the time-consuming part. How are we doing for cobble? Only 10,000 cobble. I think it might be prudent to upgrade this igneous extruder. What do we need? We need a reinforced to go to a resident, and to go to reinforced I need a hardened. So yeah, I still need to work my way through with the igneous extruder working as the machine frame, so that'll be something for later. Just thinking, I haven't been over to my mob farm for a while, but don't need it. Nothing that I'm getting out of that has really given me much help so far. I could just output all the bits into the ME system now, but I say, don't need it. Where is my Certus Queen? Oh, my Cyanite Queen even. Still producing. Built over here now, because obviously the tiny house is a bit bigger up to the top, so all these guys are going to have to be moved. Kind of paved a little bit too far with the stone brick, so I need to fix that at some point. I'm hoping my fast worker, so it's that one that needs to go in there. Nope, just done that wrong, haven't I? I've just put the same one back through. Damn it. Oh well, at least genetics labware is fairly easy to make. That's better. What I need to do as well, and I'm not sure where I'm going to wire this in yet, possibly as part of that stack, is a centrifuge. I have made myself a export bus and some capacity cards, and I want to automate the use of certain combs. Mainly things like shimmering combs and Certus combs. So I have my Certus quartz supply, as I'm going through that quite quickly at the moment, as you would expect early on in applied energistics. So let's have a look here. What have we got? Do I want to double these like I've been going to plan to do with these ones? Hmm. I'm going to say no for the moment. Don't think it's entirely required. So I need to find somewhere new to put bees. Now, I was thinking that I would put them over here originally, but I'm now thinking that I might put them here. And leave myself with an option over here to possibly have some more if I need to. But let's quickly grab out some apiaries. I made 2 earlier. Now I've also taught the system how to make some upgrades. And it can craft for me automation upgrades, which I'm going to need 2 of. And it can also craft for me production upgrades. Now let's see how this goes. Missing 13, 3 iron ingots. Right, well, we can teach the system how to look after that itself. Let's just have a small number of those for the moment. Thank you very much. Got the patterns in here. And let's look for iron nuggets. Encode that. Now if I put that in here, that goes downstairs. Now I should be able to craft 16 of those. Sugar, tin, bronze gears, bronze ingots. Yep. Go for it. That's interesting. Started off slowly and then suddenly sped up. So what I'm going to do temporarily then with these guys is we'll put these over here. I'm going to need some servos, aren't I? I have 1. What am I missing? Iron ingots. Of course I am. Oh, that's strange. Okay, 1, 2. In goes the B. In goes production upgrades. In goes your automation upgrades. You sneaky. Okay, let's give me that drone. In go the upgrades. In goes the queen. And in goes the princess. Wow, 3 petals already. I'd call that a bit of a result. Let's quickly check on the other one. A comb and 1 petal. Okay, they're looking good. Let's just turn these on. They should start outputting. Brilliant. Let's slap a sign on them so I know what they are. There we go. Yeah, still undecided. I don't think I need to double these up. Yeah, they seem to be doing alright at the moment. Especially since a lot of them don't even have upgrades for sorry, got lost there. Yeah, they don't have these production upgrades. Lost my own thought just because I was just thinking, these Ender bees, these are the ones that produce the mysterious combs. Yes, they are. Okay. Right, let's have a little dive into the quest book and see what else is going on. So, yes, I finished off that resonant frame that we were trying to make last time. And I should have read the instructions really there. So I can take a platinum bee and an oblivion bee. An oblivion bee. Where on earth have I got an oblivion bee? Don't think I've been given any oblivion. Let's have a quick check of these. Destabilized silicon, diamond, diapater, harmonic carbon, quantum, so it is. And Eudorium, Tricky, Spirit. Yes, so haven't got any in here. I think this is going to come back to this thing where I was looking at the recipes before. And the winsome bee, I think, was impossible to make as well. Yeah, so I've got no Oblivion Bee. Makes me wonder what I've missed. Lots of random bees of other types. Use a platinum bee, combine it with an Oblivion Bee. Where am I supposed to have gotten an Oblivion Bee from? I don't know about that one. It's kind of irrelevant because it doesn't really matter. Strange one. Let's see. Resonant cache. Resonant cache might be helpful. Storage. No, let's go with resonant portable tank. And I get resonant flux ducts from completing the reactor power. I created the access ports last time, and like a bit of an idiot, I actually created more power taps as well, which I don't need. So that's kind of where we are for the moment until I can get some more cyanide. So I've had enough cyanide grains and I have not got enough cyanide ingots. But if I were to build a reactor and feed the reactor yellorium, which at the moment I don't have very much of, then that would actually yeah, there we go. So yellorium combs, I've only got 10 of there. I think it's going to be a case of trying to do a species copy with these drones, which is one of the reasons I've been building up quite a large number of drones, is because I want to start copying species. And maybe we'll touch on that, or I'll do that between videos, just to get enough yellorium. Probably I'm probably have to do it with all of these bees as well, unless I decide to want to rebreed through the whole tree of bees again. But we'll see. I'd have a think about that. So my first train, steam locomotive. Ah yes, so that was Blaze. This is still the compressed cobblestone. Coloured honey. Not much going on in here really. Might be worth doing just to get the production upgrades. I'll have a think about that. And let's see how we're doing on petals or so far. No, can I press T? Don't know why, but it didn't like me pressing T there. Wow, yep, getting quite a lot of range already. Unfortunately, not a lot of quantity, so we'll have to let them run for a little while. And it looks like I'm going to get all the stuff that I need to start my Thorncraft exploration, which will be fun. What do I want to do though? I think I might have my Thorncraft area out here, and I'll have my Botania area just next to it, or possibly kind of over there. One or two. I'll have a think about that. So I think that just leaves us with should really look at this one, shouldn't I? Alvarez. Let's have a quick peek. That's kind of always been hidden away at the bottom of the map, so I haven't at the bottom of the book, so I've not really paid it much attention. Sieve stabilizers, lots and lots of stuff. Impregnated casings, that's seed oil. Vented paneling. Honey. Royal jelly, pollen, beeswax. And honey should just be a case of putting honey drops in the squeezer. Yeah. Easy enough. Okay. Don't have the gear for that at the moment. I will have to have a think about building that, the equipment needed for that. Come back to that one later. I think what we need to really concentrate on here is the resources. Ink sacs not so much. Snow blizzards not so much. However, that would be very, very nice to have. Cryotheum dust. And jellied drones. Pyrotheum dusts. Oh, that would have been handy. I needed some pyrotheum to make that resident. Dante, sulfur and blaze. That's going to be blaze rods. Gas tears. Cookie bees. Trickies. Yes, I already have trickies. I gave them to those, or gave those to me earlier. So bone meal's fine. Ink sacs, stain drone. Well, that's going to be very easy to do. Once I've done the stain drone part, bone meal's going to be easy to get, as is the cookies that I've already got. Yeah, so let's see what I need then for this smouldering princess. Or, actually, let's look at it a different way. Let's look at what we need for blaze rods. Basically, I still need smouldering bee. Right, one skulking, one hateful. Let me see. Okay, nothing in my stash. Skulking. No. I know where there will be some. They're going to be in one of these two chests. There's skulking, and I need hateful. And I only have a hateful princess. Because I made a slight error, didn't I? And you produce molten combs. Alright. I'm going to have to do these from the beginning. To basically to correct a mistake. So Skulking is probably going to require what is an Eldritch? That's not too bad. Unusual cultivated, mystical cultivator. Could probably buy most of those. Hateful, infernal. That's going to be a little bit harder to do because you can't make them. This is where it may turn out that I have screwed up slightly. I think I'm going to have to come up with some idea of how to fix this. And it may require me to think about the way that the game breeding system works. Now, because we've been using this, every evolution is guaranteed. Whereas if I just pick a random bee for the moment, put that in there. Yeah, I can't put that in there. If I were to put what's my lowest percent chance? An infernal with a hateful. Problem is these are drones. I could be having a problem. Let me have a think about this and we'll see what I can do. This could be the end, as I may have got myself stuck into a situation and didn't realise it. I should probably have bred that infernal bee and infernal queen and then had them producing drones a long time ago. But the mistake has been made. So on that note, I will say thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I will have some good news. I will have managed to figure something out. If not, it could possibly be the end, which is a shame because there was just no way to see that coming. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.